Hello students, welcome back to English class. Hope you are doing well. You have gone through my previous video about a different kind of school, and today we are going to know more about this different kind of school written by E.V. Lucas. Lesson 5, a different kind of school written by E.V. Lucas. E.V. Lucas is the narrator of this topic, the lesson. He went to he had heard more about this school, Miss Beam's school. He had heard a lot about this school, so he wanted to meet Miss Beam and know more about this school. When he went to the school, he saw nobody except a girl of 12 years led by a boy. Her eyes were bandaged, and maybe she might have asked that boy who has come, and the boy, he started describing this man, U.V. Lucas, and he saw that and he moved on his way to meet Miss Beam. And when he saw Miss Beam, she was like a middle-aged and looking like full of authority, and she's kind, even she's looking very kind and understanding. Also her personality was, her characteristics were described here, understanding, and she's also plump. Plump means here having a full rounded shape, as if like if any homesick child is there in the school, she could comfort, she could take him near to her and give a hug, and the child, he feels the warmth of a mother, the love of a mother. So like that she is. By seeing her, we will get a good impression that she is very kind, even though she is authoritative, very kind and understanding person. That kind of impression we get. And now, when asked about their Miss Beam's teaching method, she said nothing much is taught except for simple spellings and fundamentals of mathematics like adding, subtractions, and multiplying and writing, and the rest is done. The other teaching is just done by reading to them and by telling interesting talks, by telling interesting stories, inspirational stories, and doing interesting talks. And no lessons practically, like no like textbooks, or there would be textbooks, but people read, just students will read them, and no lessons practically, and they only teach them thoughtfulness, not how to not to think. Thoughtfulness in the sense being kind to others and being responsible citizens. Finally, ultimately, after they leave the school, they would be like responsible citizens, being kind to all others. That is the main motto of their school. The main aim of their school is to teach thoughtfulness. And she asked the narrator to look out of the window. The narrator, he looked out of the window and found some beautiful grounds and a lot of children playing there happily. And seeing some children, it really pained him, it seems, because some of them are not so healthy and active looking. And also he also expressed that when I entered the school premises, I have seen a girl, her eyes were bandaged, and one boy leading her, and I have also seen some children like they are walking with the help of crutches. Crutches means the lame people, those who lost their leg, one of their legs. They hold a stick like and walk. So he had seen some children holding crutches and having the difficulty to walk even. So I have also seen such children, and that really pains me. And these children, she seems to be a hopeless cripple. Even the girl, she seems to be a hopeless cripple because she finds it difficult to walk. Then what was Miss Beam's reaction? So Miss Beam just she laughed and told, oh no, she is not really lame, and this is only her lame day. The others are not blind either. It is only her blind day. So the school's curriculum has one day, a day of blind, a day of lame. The people would observe, the students would observe a blind day, a lame day, a dumb day, an injury day, like that. So that is very important part of their system. It makes children appreciate and understand misfortune. So when they act in such way, they can understand and appreciate the misfortune of these differently abled people. What I have told you, who are called differently abled people? The disabled people who could do their work differently. So they are called as differently abled people. So when these children, they act each term, every child will have one blind day, one lame day, one deaf day, one injury day, and one dumb day. So when they act in this way, they could experience and also they could appreciate and understand the misfortune, being unfortunate. How these people, the differently abled people, how they could do, how they are leading their life. So when they understand the pain of these people, so they can be sympathetic towards those people, they can be kind towards those people. And what would the other children do? They'll be given a duty of helping these people. If a girl is blind, if her eyes are tied with a bandage, and if she is asked to have her blind day, another boy or girl will be given a duty to help her. So he will lead her the way, he will show the way, and he would help her in all the ways. Okay, and then he felt, the narrator, he felt there would be they would be miserable to act like this. Then Miss Beam, she told, there's no misery here, there is no misery about it. Everyone is very kind, and it is really something of a game. It's just like a game. Before the day is over, though, even the most thoughtless child realizes what misfortune is. So by the end of the day, the child who is thoughtless, who couldn't think about the pains of this misfortune, he understands what is misfortune and how it would be if anybody is unfortunate to do all their work by themselves and needs anybody's help. He can understand all these pains, and he realizes how to be kind towards others. So there's nothing misery in this. And now Miss Beam takes him to that girl whose eyes had been bandaged. So she takes him to her and she introduces him. He is a gentleman come to talk to you. Then how this girl, she reacts, let's see. Okay, and when he asked, don't you ever peep? When he asked that girl, don't you ever peep? Then this girl, she says, oh no, that would be cheating. If I peep, that would be cheating. So I never tried to peep, but had no idea. It was so awful to be blind. It's so terrible to be blind, because you can't, when you are blind, you are unable to see anything. So there will be a fear of hitting anything or anywhere. You may fall over anything. You may run into other things, or you may hit to the thing. So it's really awful to be blind, and you feel you are going to be hit by something every moment. It's such a relief to sit down. So when it is our blind day, it would be safe to sit sit in any place, choose any place and sit comfortably and calm. That would be better than moving here and there, she says, because it's really very difficult to be in the dark even for some time. Have you experienced that? Have you ever you might have played blindfolds and you might have experienced the fear. You may hit something, the pillar or anything, and you always need somebody's help. So the girl, she says, it's better to sit anywhere than moving here and there, bandaging our eyes. It's very difficult. And are the helpers kind to you? So when asked, are the helpers kind to you, what did she tell? She told fairly, yes, they are kind to me, but they are not as careful as I shall be when it is my turn. So when it is my turn, they are not so much helpful, because once we experience the blind day, we would be more careful when helping others. The one who experiences being blind, he can help much better than the others. So she feels that when we experience the blind day, we will know better how to help the other people, she said. And she also said, it's perfectly ghastly not to see. So it's terrible not to see. We don't want to cheat, but we always think of unfolding this bandage and to peep. And I wish you would try. So you will experience that, rather than my telling you. If you experience that, you will know how difficult it is to be blind. And when asked, he also asked, shall I lead you anywhere? Shall I help you taking you anywhere? Shall I lead you the way to the places you want to go? Then she said, oh yes, I would. And when he took her, where are we now? She asked. And the narrator, he told, in the playground. We are walking towards the house. Miss Beam is walking up and down the garden with a tall girl. And then this girl guessed who she might be. What is the girl wearing? She asked. Then he said, a blue cotton skirt and a pink blouse. So, yes. Who is that girl? She said. I think it is Melly. So it might be Melly. What color is her hair? And she wanted to confirm whether she is Melly or not. And the narrator, he started describing her hair. It's very light. And yes, that's Melly. Yes, that's Melly. No doubt, that's Melly. And she is the head girl of this school. And he also told, there's an old man tying up roses. Yes, that's Peter. He is the gardener. He is hundreds of years old. He is very old. He is our gardener. And here comes a girl with curly red hair. She is on crutches. So this girl, she imagined that, yes, that's Anita. So it is even this way of conversation, describing one person, describing a person, and others thinking of that and telling, that really develops. There will be a development in their imaginative skills. Even they could identify through imagining the person even. And this is all for today. I hope you have enjoyed this lesson. And this is all to, this different kind of school is all to develop empathy in the children. Empathy means here being kind, experiencing one's misfortune, by experiencing them, by taking their part and doing the things. If anybody is blind, what are the difficulties they experience? If somebody is dumb, what difficulties he faces? And then when we experience the misfortune, and then we start appreciating their misfortune, and we understand the difficulties of the misfortune, and then we develop a kind of being kind to them, showing sympathy towards them and helping them, and finally the outcome is being a responsible citizens. That is what we have to learn from our education. Whatever the education, whatever the teaching methods may be, whatever the curriculum may be, the main motto of education is to transform the child into a responsible citizen. I hope you also learn how to be a responsible citizen by listening to such lessons and reading such articles, such stories. Thank you for now, students. Meet you in the next class.